Latinos Out Loud podcast. Latinos. Yeah, that's what this is. Latinos Out Loud.
Yo! My goodness. It's Latinos Out Loud, you guys. You know, we are just over that 400 episode hump. It feels so good. I mean, it was a great hump. You know what I'm saying? Like, celebrating 400 episodes of this podcast, it was so special to me. Shout out to everybody who came out last week to the Broadway Comedy Club. Shout out to George of Latino Laughter and all the podcast love that I received from that audience. P2P love, baby. Okay, pod to pod, bruh. Yo, it was just, there was so much love. And then, I don't know if you've downloaded the episode yet or streamed, but there is a 400th episode of Latinos Out Loud that's out there. Shout out to Eddie for editing such an amazing, Eddie edited, wow. Okay, a lot of EDs. Eddie edited such a great episode, and thank you, Castro, for allowing us to just invade your friend's 60-foot yacht out in Los Angeles, which was so glamorous. It was the glamorous life for sure. And I have some other thank yous to thank right now. So the professor just wrapped up the semester. Okay, shout out to me, la profesora in the building. Actually, I'm out of the building now. I had my last class last Monday. Shout out to all the students of TREM 4925 at CUNY Brooklyn College. CUNY! It was an amazing semester of advanced radio and podcasting. I have spoken about the class before on this show. What a fulfilling experience. I also was educated myself. I was the educator getting educated and sharing an education with these people seeking education. It was incredible. Shout out to the seniors that graduated too. It was an advanced class. And as I've told you before, at the beginning of the semester, they came prepared with their concept, and we took that concept to fruition. Their final presentation was episode 1 or their pilot, as well as a trailer for the episode, and they nailed it. Coffin, okay? Seriously nailed it, galvanized, like the good nails from Home Depot, like those 3-inch ones that like build homes. Yeah, they built podcast homes with their projects, and I'm just so proud of them. So shout out to all 14 students of my advanced radio and podcasting class. I'll be back at CUNY next spring 25 teaching, and this just in, not gonna say where or who, but I got another job offer just yesterday to teach this same course at a different college. Oh my gosh. Pomp and circumstances just playing in my head, and it's been for like the last week. So shout out to all the grads. It's June. All right, I'm saying a lot. I have an amazing guest here today. And this is the part of the show where we interview someone amazing. I love getting amazing guests, especially females, especially Dominicans. Woo, I'm getting too excited. Blood pressure is rising in a good way. But I'm on a medication now that's gonna like bring it down. Anyway, listen, she is the senior director of development at ESPN. So she's in charge of a bunch of stuff that you know, okay? ESPN 30 for 30, docs, series. Please put your hands together. Put the vacuum cleaner down. I see you. Just put it down for a sec. Put everything down. Get on your feet for Kati Fernandez. Please. Kati.
Hi, amor.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm even better right now because we've been exchanging a lot of emails.
I'm so sorry. It's been such a busy season. I feel like it was so... I promise it's not that hard to track me down.
No need for apologies. I'm saying that in a good way. There is such anticipation that's been built, and then I read about you, I heard about you. I mean, shout out to Jose from Smack Entertainment.
Love
who
him.
Connected us. Love Jose.
Love him.
He has made so many wonderful connections for me, and those
He's
are the people that you keep close. Those people that are like, you need to meet this one, and you need to meet that one, and you need to talk, and you need to build, and like, I love people like that, because I do the same thing. It's like, you know, how may I connect your call? Please hold. How may I connect your call? Please hold. You're like, you know, that like operator connecting people to create great things for us, and you are creating such amazing things at ESPN.
Thank you.
WAO. I mean, the Dominican, so it's not WOW. I'm so happy I'm in your presence right now.
I'm so grateful to be here.
Ay, diantre. Okay, I told the LOLeros like your title, but like, can we add some color to that? Can you add to that and tell us what you do? What does your day-to-day look like at ESPN?
Yeah, sometimes I joke that I'm a professional meeting goer, but I head up our content development team. So essentially, before we decide we're going to produce a film, someone has to vet the film, pitch the concept. So most of my stakeholders are agents, production companies, producers, talent that have the next idea for a 30 for 30 or a series or a narrative podcast. Now we're dipping our pinky toe into the scripted space, and so I listen to people pitch stories all day long for the most part. I also oversee our festivals and awards team, so I get to attend a lot of festivals where I get to meet and be in community with incredible filmmakers, directors, producers, etc. But for the most part, yeah, my job is to find incredible creative stories to tell.
I love 30 for 30. The franchise just has so many arms and legs now.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was assigned listening for my advanced radio and podcast
I'm
class.
so honored.
Well, look, I am a Webby judge and, a nominee.
Of
and
course.
so I get fed a lot of this content that I normally wouldn't be marketed to. Like, I'm not a sports girl, admittedly. I mean, I guess I am.
Everybody's a sports girl.
Yeah,
Can we debunk that?
Please, let's talk about that. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Say what you have to say. 'Cause
we're all sports girlies inside. It's just there's a spectrum of fandom that I often feel don't people see. They often think of like X's and O's. I'm not going to be the person that's going to tell you every stat from yesterday, but I do know the incredible stories that are out there, and I want to understand these athletes and these players and the people that create that space for them for who they are. And at the end of the day, we're all human. So being a sports fan is really just being a fan of people.
Kati, I think I have sports girl imposter syndrome.
No, mi amor, suelta eso.
Because you know why? I
Dime.
love watching a live sporting event. I don't care what it is. Like, I'll watch anything. Curling,
Yeah.
hockey,
Curling.
horse racing, whatever it is. Like, I'll be there to watch it. Like, there's something about a live event that gets me so excited. And it's like, yeah, like you're in it. And then the competition, and you just want to see who wins. And,
Yeah.
there are like my top couple of sports. Like, I love baseball. My dad's a huge Mets fan.
I mean, you're Dominican.
Right, of course, right? Like, yeah. And then, like, basketball and, like, hockey. My boyfriend got me into hockey. I was like, I never thought
love
I'd be a
hockey.
hockey. It's so exciting.
I mean, it's the only sport that you can like beat people up outside of UFC and MMA.
Word. Yeah, those ice fights are crazy.
Yeah.
And then they come with, like, the black guys and the
Oh, yeah.
broken noses. And I'm like, wow, this is, like, beyond the puck.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Thank you for talking about that.
Of course.
Because, yeah, sometimes, like, I can't tell you the statistics. Like, I can't tell you who was on the Knicks in 1986, or maybe I could. But, like, that's not something that I'm like, because you hear the guys talk, like, yeah, it's nothing like the 86 Mets. Remember Gary Carter? And I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't really know these things, or I
Yeah.
guess I do because I just quoted it. But, like, I do love the entertainment aspect of it.
Me too.
Right? So tell me, is that kind of why you got into this career, or what got you here? How did you get here? Deborah Cox.
I got here through the power of mentoring. So I grew up in the Dominican Republic in a really small town called Luperón, Puerto Plata.
Luperón.
Oh, yeah.
What, the most, like, is that a beach town?
Oh yeah, it's a
that's
beach
like
town, chiquitica, super small. There's probably like 10,000 people in the entire town, and really humble beginnings. Came to the States and I thought I wanted to be a doctor. Ya tu sabe, like the traditional like things that you could see. I was like, I love it. It's my way of giving back. My junior year in college, I met my mentor, who's now my boss, and he said, "You're a good communicator." And I'm like, "Does that pay? What does that mean? Is communicating a job?" And I actually didn't know, right? So I meant it like jokingly, but I genuinely didn't realize that people did TV for a living. It's never something I thought about.
Wow.
So he gave me my first shot at the NFL. I fell in love with it, got my master's afterwards,
Way
started off doing features, got into films afterwards.
From Syracuse, might I add.
Yeah.
Johnson and Wales to Syracuse. Just saying, did my
Yeah.
research. You know what I mean? Go ahead, orange men and orange women.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then I went to Hulu, and the rest is history. I've never looked back.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you do at Hulu?
I was a producer. Yeah. So I started there on the series team, and then I went into our Hulu Live team, which is like Hulu has live sports, a lot of sports and news. And then I worked on documentaries, and then I came to ESPN Plus to help launch that business.
Okay, so sports surrounds you, right? Sports
Apparently,
and
me sigue.
entertainment.
Yeah.
But I love that. So I want to know what you do, if anything, outside of sports. What are your leisurely activities? What are your what do you do to escape? Or do you? Or are you just sports 24/7?
Absolutely not. I love my job, right? I would say I'm stories 24/7. When I'm not looking for stories or listening to other people share their stories, I am certainly like reading a book. I love reading. I've read 27 books so far this year. It's like
Nice, but who's
It's-
counting?
it's
You are a
escapism.
stats person.
I'm a little
Okay,
bit of a
I can see
stats
that.
person. Yeah, and I also get to be a Hearst Lab Scout. And what that means is that, Hearst Labs gives 2% of venture capital funding. Traditionally goes to women, which is horrible. Women are incredible entrepreneurs. They invest in women founders. And so I help them look for incredible founders that should be in their network. Sometimes I sit in their pitches, how they're pitching their product or their company. And yeah, I love that. I didn't realize I loved business as much as I do.
You are paying it forward, which is so lovely to hear. I want to dive a little deeper into the Hearst
Dime.
Lab because, I recently heard a statistic that women are starting the most businesses now, but yet we're so underrepresented.
Yeah.
Why is this ratio so off?
Because a lot of the people sitting at the table are men, right? And so once we are able to diversify the cap table, then we're able to get more opportunities and more people, right? Not only are 2% of the funding going into women only, but as you go into the diversity of women, it gets even smaller, right? And so I would say that's a huge issue. But women entrepreneurs have always been around. We've been entrepreneur in the households. We've been entrepreneur
outside.
in companies.
Yes.
So it's time.
It's time.
Es tiempo.
The Hearst Lab is really interesting, and I shared this information with my students. So
Mm-hmm.
tell us, because it's kind of Shark Tank style, right? Like they come in and pitch, and you're on the other end of the table. Tell me.
Not me. Other amazing people, but
Tell
I
us the
got to
process.
MC. So there's incredible women here, right? They do their due diligence. They look to make sure that the product and the scalability and the go-to-market is there, but really they're investing in the founders, right? The women behind the products, how that product is conveyed, the story behind it. It's incredible. And then they support them for a number of months, whether it's through legal or through landing commercial deals. It's amazing.
Yeah, we need more of these programs out there. But shout out to Hearst, who's doing this, and shout out to you for being a part of it and for
I love
again,
it.
paying it forward. We're gonna put the link in the show notes. I think there's something coming up in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, they have a student competition coming up in Atlanta where they are looking for alumni and students who have their own companies and would fit the Hearst portfolio.
That is so wonderful. You guys, these opportunities that are out there, they're kind of like secrets, but we are sharing the secret right now.
Okay.
So pass it on telephone style. Tell the female entrepreneurs in your life about this program. And I believe if you go to HearstLab.com, there's a slew of information there for you. And they do them all over the country.
Yeah.
Like it's in Atlanta. There was one just
They
in
just
New
expanded
York.
internationally.
Internationally.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, back to you. Back to you.
Dime.
Girl, so are you, so in comedy,
Yeah.
I'm surrounded, I'm in an industry still dominated by white men.
Girl, I love comedy though. Let me tell you, I be cracking jokes in my boardrooms just to diffuse the situation.
Comedy is the universal language that will always bridge people together.
I
It
agree.
is the best medicine. Funny, I think I mentioned this on the show the other day, but I was talking to someone whose uncle or somebody, compadre, was a doctor. And on his prescription pad, he actually writes laughter.
That's
and gives it to his
hilarious.
patients. Isn't that so great?
I mean, it's healing.
It is healing. So what is your world like? I mean, is it also dominated by white men, or just what are you surrounded by? How do you break down the barriers when you have to walk into a corporate office, a boardroom where you may be the only Dominicana or the only woman? What's that like?
Well, I'm always really conscious of the spaces I go into. I'm so grateful because I have a really diverse team. My leader is a diverse leader. He really understands it. He gets it. He champions the work forward. But, I'm 30, and there was times when I was the youngest, or I was the only, or you can insert what the only meant, right? Whether it was women, Latina, or lo que sea. And it can be isolating, but at the same time, you have to look for organizations and people and sponsors that really care for you and are going to support you and help you navigate. That's what's most important. Ultimately, my perspective that I've always taken is I zone it out completely. And I don't know if it's a survival skill, Rachel, or if it's just the sacrifice that our families have made for us to get here. That's all I get focused on.
Yeah.
I didn't come this far just to get this far. That's always the mentality.
I love that. that so much. But
Yeah.
that's a good tip, and that's applicable to so many different
Yeah.
facets of life, not just career.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we walk into anything, a bowling alley, and we're the only woman or the only Dominican or the only Latina, and it's like, is everybody looking at me? Good, because I'm representing right now. You know what it took to get here?
And then you're going to make more space. So then you're not going to be the only, right? Because that's always my goal. Like, I don't want to be the only.
Right.
I might be the first, but I won't be the last.
Oof. Put that on a t-shirt.
Okay? Mi
Bumper
amor.
sticker. Or
Mm-mm.
one of those silicone bracelets. People love those bracelets. I mean,
I hate those bracelets.
Okay,
I hate bracelets. I hate bracelets. Te lo juro. I hate it. I'm not even like, I used to be a jewelry person. I used to have a nameplate chain.
Okay, like
Team, I'm about to, girl, I need a nameplate chain. I need my nameplate chain back. La necesito. It broke after wearing it for like 16 years nonstop, and now I'm like, I need a replacement.
Okay, I have a little story
Okay.
Tantito, about this
Cuéntame.
one. Okay, so this used to say Junito loves Rachel, but like that was a high school relationship, and so I melted it off, and that's why there's two hearts above Raquel.
Peace, Junito. Junito, peace, boo. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Every girl needs, if this were 97, you would see the matching earrings with Rachel.
Girl,
in the
I had the
middle.
ring.
The ring too.
I had the ring. Yo tenía the ring. I had the little hoops. I had versions of size for the hoops. There was levels to the hoops with the nameplate. So
My mother would always ask me, like, is this because you may forget your name? Or, like, why do you need Rachel times Rachel times Rachel? I'm like, well.
no, it's not for me. It's for them.
This is so funny.
It's for everybody else.
There's like, okay, you were born in DR.
See,
When did you come here?
I came here in 2001. I was 7, turning 8. It was 3 months before 9/11.
Wow.
No English, girl. And
Kati.
Nice, I don't even know. Honestly, I had a great mama who worked 2 jobs.
Shout out to Mama.
Moms.
Shout out to you, Mama.
Dominican Mother's Day is coming up. Isn't that Sunday?
Oh my God.
Girl.
Yo, this one perk to being a Dominican mom is you get 2 Mother's Days. Okay.
I'm not gonna front. I'd be forgetting the American one until I start seeing CVS. Like I walk into CVS and it's just like plastered everywhere. I straight up forget because I'm like end of the month, end of the month, end of the month.
Yeah, and like you cannot forget either
No.
of the Dominican Mother's Day.
No, baby,
Or
you have to
Dominican
celebrate
mother will
both.
let you know.
Oh, yes. But now I'm at a disadvantage because
What?
I'm me and my aunt are the only ones that don't have kids. Girl, I'm about to have a baby just so someone can give me a gift. I'm like,
you know, but you're only 30. You got time, girl. You got time. Girl, you're young.
oh yeah.
But it is nice, like, Mother's Day. But every day is Mother's Day, okay?
Every day is
Shout
Mother's
out to
Day.
your mom. It just
I
sounds like
love
she
her.
really went through a whole hell of a lot to put you on this road, on this trajectory.
Girl, my mom, I think about this all the time. By the time my mom was 38, she was an empty nester.
Wow.
Because my sister's 33 and I'm 30. My mom's 53.
Shout out to her. She's
So-
young and fabulous.
Yeah, and newly divorced, so girl is unhinged.
Hey!
Girl is unhinged. I was like,
She's on Hinge?
no, she's on Match.com.
Wait,
I
stop.
think.
I cannot.
Yep.
Wait, she's on an app? This is
Yeah, Mom is on
amazing.
an app. Mom is on an app. Yeah,
And the
I'd be helping
Bachelor-
with the profile.
I think The Bachelor just announced
The
today.
Golden Bachelor?
Yes, The Golden Bachelor, the first. This
Listen,
is crazy.
I cannot
love
work in
it.
this industry and have my mom out go on the Golden Bachelor.
This is so much fun.
No.
Do you give her dating advice?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd be vetting them. I feel like there's always a stage where you become the parent to your parent.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm there. I'm like, this lady don't listen. This
What's
lady's
your
out
vetting
here.
process?
Oh, so first of all, before I met my fiance, I had a vetting process. I was like, I did my own bachelorette run
Okay.
of self. One summer, I lined up 20 people to date, and I had phone screenings. I had walking screenings. Then it was coffee. Only 5 made it to the dinner.
Wow, did you have like a research and development team as well?
Yes,
in the
baby.
background?
It was
Like-
me. I was the research and development team.
It's amazing.
Yes.
And so like mathematical and computed.
Oh no, I was like, I'm gonna do this. Too much. There's a lot of frogs out there.
There's a lot of frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not the ones that like give you a kiss
And then become a
turn
prince.
You, right.
Yeah.
No,
No,
not those
no.
kind
I
of
got my
frogs.
prince still now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're engaged.
I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When are you getting married?
Girl,
You don't need a date yet. I'm just saying, is it in the foreseeable future?
it's in the foreseeable future. Foreseeable future. We got engaged last August. Like I have friends who were like, oh, I know a woman who got engaged in March and like by April 1st had a venue.
Ay, Dios mío. So she was pre-planned.
Mi amor, esa estaba lista.
She was
She
waiting.
was ready.
Yeah, she was singing the Beyonce. If you like it, you better put a ring
Put a
on
ring
it.
on
Because
it.
the
Yeah.
venues, there's a deposit on the
yeah,
venue.
yeah, no. Me, we got engaged and we're like, we went on vacation last week. We're like, let's go on vacation to plan our wedding.
Oh,
Girl,
I
ask me if we
love
did
that.
anything.
Well, I don't know. What did you do?
Not plan the wedding.
Okay, and that's okay. I mean, what's the rush? I don't
Yeah,
know.
no
I'm
rush.
a believer in like,
Yeah, he's amazing.
there's no program to follow.
No.
Like every couple has their own journey. Like it's you to dictate what that looks like.
Exactly.
But people, you know what happens once you start getting, like, once you announce the engagement, the baby talk, are you buying a house? Where you gonna live?
We did just buy a house.
Congrats! That's
We did.
amazing.
We did.
See, you already breaking the cycle. You bought the house before the marriage, before the baby.
Well, I bought the house before the man. And then
I'm
we
sorry,
bought a house
buying
together.
You guys hear this? Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah, he did not meet potential. He got a fully vested.
Jackpot.
Mi amor, okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
FanDuel, this is the big win right here. I actually would like to segue into sports betting. 'Cause,
Dime.
like, this must also be a hot topic for you.
For the company, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's something interesting, a tidbit, a nugget. So
Tell me.
one of my students actually did a whole podcast, his trailer, his pitch, his Bible, his pilot. It's all about sports betting.
Okay.
And whether it's making the game or breaking the game.
Okay, wow.
Here's a story. So my 8-year-old is an NBA head.
Oh.
He's going to be
Who's his favorite team?
The Knicks.
I knew it.
However, he knows the NBA, girl.
Okay.
This is the same kid that like memorized the MTA when he was 2. Like people would just come up to him and this was a game we would play and I'd be like, Donovan, tell them how to get to the Statue of Liberty from here. And he'd be like, well, you might want to take the M15 and then transfer to the Q
Can
train.
he train me?
He can train you on trains. He knows the trains and the buses of New York City so well. It's eerie, it's freaky, but I think he's got that photographic memory.
I
he
love
just
that.
So now he's into numbers and stats of the NBA,
Okay.
not just the Knicks. Like, I'll give him paper and pen to doodle, and I'm expecting a picture of mommy and a unicorn, and I see charts and graphs and, like, team standings. And, like, yesterday we were talking about the tallest players in the NBA. He knows all of this information.
I love that.
Where was I going with this? Okay, this
Betting.
is the disturbing part.
Okay.
He comes up to me the other day after watching the Knick game. Sorry, Knicks. Season was kind of.
Let's pour one out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pour one out, right? Okay. So he comes up to me. He goes, "Mom, did you know at halftime I just learned that if you do, I don't know, sports bets talk, but he was something like."
Ditto, can he teach me?
Yeah, he said something along the lines of, like, if you double down during halftime, you can see more return on your bet. And I was like, what is this language you are speaking? You are 8. So that was a disturbing, like, moment for me. It was like, warning, warning.
Yeah.
My child is consuming this information
Yeah.
and learning how to place bets
Yeah.
at 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, it's one thing that he watches grandma with the scratch-offs. Even that I have a problem with. I'm like, could you just scratch off someplace else? Like, I don't know if I want him to see the scratch-off behavior. But, like, it's another thing to understand how FanDuel works at
Yeah.
8. What are some of the conversations that you're surrounded by on sports betting? Pros, cons? Are you for it? Are you against it? Please educate us a little bit.
So it's funny because I know a lot about storytelling. So a lot of the way that I participate in the betting space is really through looking for stories. Are there interesting stories that would be good documentaries, feature films, etc.? I myself have never bet, honestly, but I think that's the que soy tacaña. I don't know. You know, like I just hate losing money.
You work hard for your money. You
Girl,
want to buy houses
yeah.
and stuff.
I'm the friend that you don't want to take to Vegas. Like, I'm just going to drink in a pool and read, like, in a corner. I'm not going to be in the slot machines with you because I don't get it. I don't know it. I don't care for it. It's just not my vibes. But,
I hear you.
you know, there was a lot of conversation and thought that went into it across the entire leadership team. So it's not a decision that was made lightly at all. And it's something that they continuously keep a pulse on altogether. It's here, right? So people are not shying away from it like they were years ago when it was not legal.
Right.
But I personally don't bet. And for me, The only show that we've ever done on betting is called Better Days with Mike Greenberg, and it was really centered around telling stories of people that bet crazy things with their friends. So let's say that you and I are going to bet on the Celtics. I'm a Celtics girl, and I'll say, hey, if they win, I'm going to go and dye my hair pink for a month and scream Rachel every single time that someone says Celtics anywhere on the street. Like, it was literally like crazy bets like that people have made, no crazy stakes. I'm not for promoting, like
betting your house?
Yeah, no.
Like,
I would never cover
you
that.
Really hard for.
Yeah, no.
I'm sort of in the middle.
But the percentage of like people that are actually addicted is very low.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
People always talk about the bad, but it's actually like a very, very slow, like a single digit number.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not as bad as we think.
Yeah. It's almost like, think about like NIL. People thought that was bad for a long time. Yeah.
What is that?
Name, image, and likeness for athletes, right? And is it bad for them to, be able to monetize their own? There's college kids making 6-7 figure salaries and not going pro now because of their own fandom and base,
Well, that's incredible.
People thought that was bad at one point.
As a mom, I would like that. Like, oh, you don't have to do the contact sport. You could just do this with your name, image, and likeness. Yes, mazel tov. Let's go. Sigue. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I am that mom that's like, oh, my kid wants to play football. I don't know.
Yeah. No, my kid's going to be playing like low impact sports.
Right, can we do chess?
Baseball.
Math club? I don't know. How about the math team? That's competitive. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll see.
Spelling bee?
I'm for spelling. He's really good at spelling.
Spelling bee?
But yeah, he's been spelling it out for me. He wants to play football.
That's hilarious, Mom.
I'm gonna get there. Kati, it's
Dime.
hard.
What's your hesitation?
The hurt,
What
the
position?
head.
Make him a quarterback.
Can he just play the bench? I don't know. Can he be the water cooler, bro? Like the one that like brings the water to everybody? You're still on the field. You're still among the excitement.
Have him play basketball.
Yeah, he does play basketball.
See?
And he loves, and I'm such a basketball mom.
See?
I mean, I'm tranquila, but on the low, I'm like, yeah! Like,
Oh no, Mommy was like at my basketball games screaming Plátano Power.
I love that. Tell me about the sports that you played. So you've had sports in you for like ever.
I didn't know, but in high school I played on a boys varsity baseball team.
Get it?
And then I played varsity basketball and volleyball.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved it.
So these are your passions just coming to life, and you calling it a career. Can I talk today?
A career.
You calling it a
I
career.
can't talk today. We're on the heels of a 40 weekend.
Yeah. This is that's how I look at like what I do for a living too. Like this is my passion and my job combined as one, and when those worlds collide, like it's just so
How lucky are
fulfilling.
we?
We're so blessed. We're so lucky. Okay, so what does the future hold for Kati? Like, what do you want to do with all of this amazing experience that you're just garnering, and all these notches on your belt, the Hearst Lab, ESPN working on all these amazing 30 for 30 franchises and series. What's in the future for you?
It's funny. I've been purposeful in my career to not get too far ahead of myself and allow like the spirit to guide me. I think in everything I do, I try to figure out what is my core objective and the why for why I do it. What's the opportunity and how is that utilizing my skills to serve others? So I think what's next for me is something that continues to allow me to be in my community and serve, or a platform that allows me to continue to do that and create space for others. I honestly love the entrepreneurial spirit and entrepreneurship, so I'm leaving that door open always, but I'm always going to be a storyteller. So I think for me, the future is creating more space for us to tell our own stories, for more people to tell stories, for us to push the envelope on what kind of stories continue to be told on screen, and how that translates, because we both know that there's a lot of power in that, and storytelling is in every industry. Ours is just the one that's most in front of your face all the time.
Well, I think it's really incredible how like you're bringing this other layer of sports to me in the LOLeros right now. Some of these documentaries, like I'll flip through the channels and stop because a player will have a fascinating backstory. And you see him being interviewed with his mom at his side. And that's a whole other layer. So
it's incredible.
I guess you're right. We're all sports girls and guys, really, because it's just about consuming this content that's really interesting, relatable, especially when we hear stories about like the first Dominican in the WNBA.
I know.
We're so
I know.
excited.
I know. And her dancing videos, like, la amo. I'm like, girl, cultura, come on.
Have you met her yet?
No, but I am dying to go to a Liberty game. Literalmente, I'm coming. I have to go. It's funny because, you know, Dominicans have been a central part of sports for a long time.
Yep.
We're most associated with, of course, baseball. Pero nosotros estamos en toa.
Sí.
You know?
Sí.
We're everywhere.
Basketball, like, but as you said, like, those are the stories that we need to highlight, to
Absolutely.
elevate awareness on. That's what this podcast does, Latinos Out Loud. This is the platform to elevate and amplify the voices and the stories.
I love what you're doing because, to be honest,
Thank you.
only 2% of Latino representation in all of Hollywood, right? On and off the screen.
Yeah.
So for you to be doing this, to be allowing people to learn through both yourself and your gifts and your amazing skills, and then the people that you have on the podcast, is really remarkable.
Thank you, Kati.
De verdad.
Yeah, there was this recent research that came out through the National Hispanic Media Coalition, the NHMC. I'm an NHMC alum. I'm a writer in their Latin stream showcase writers a few years ago. And it's really surprising and sad, but like there's an area for growth and opportunity for in what we do.
Absolutely.
To get that representation higher, just to merely have the conduit for the stories so that like people could be like, oh, didn't know about that.
Absolutely.
You know, get me this one on the phone. Like, let's create conversation and dialogue around these remarkable people just making amazing strides for us.
Yeah.
It's sad because like we do over-index. I'm sure we're over-indexing.
We're the fastest growing population.
Yeah.
In the world, in this country particularly.
So that needs to.
McKinsey just put out a report. When you're not investing in Latinos, you're leaving money on the table.
You want to leave money on the table?
I don't think so. And it starts with a billion, like billions, not just millions, billions of dollars are left on the table when people don't invest in us.
We are so powerful. We're going to shift the vote in November, okay? We over-index at the box office. Like, we need to see more of ourselves on screen.
Literally.
And actually, I have to bow down and tip my hat to you for also elevating these people in the spaces where we need to hear more of, because that's going to make change. And maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but maybe in a few months or in a few years, you'll be like, I did that.
Yeah.
I started that conversation.
Yeah, change is gonna come.
Yeah, change is gonna come.
And change is here, right? It's just change is gradual, because anything that happens quickly can be reversed quickly.
Right. This is a
long-lasting change takes time.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a sprint. What is it? What is the
It's a
phrase?
marathon,
That's
not
right.
a sprint.
I couldn't think of the other part of it.
It's okay.
Think if I have it in my back.
We're
Why
here.
do I always mess up sayings? But if you know me, you know that's like my thing. I mess up sayings. My last question.
Dime.
It's more of a request.
Okay.
Okay, so right now you are talking to a younger Kati, because she's out there. She's one of the eloeleros, our hive, and she needs some words of advice.
Okay.
Now that you have been maneuvering this space and you've learned some tricks and you've maybe stumbled upon some bumps in the road, what are some words of advice that you have for young Kati listening right now?
Can I break them by category?
You could do whatever you want.
I would say professionally, to younger Kati or to anybody out there, I would say make sure that you find people that you admire, even if you don't understand exactly what they do, because they'll create space for you and lead you to places that are unexpected, like what's happened to me. Personally, I would say be present and continue to be in tune with your why and the things that move you, right? Like my gut, that like anchoring has protected me, has served me, has allowed me to take risks that I didn't know were risks at the time, right? Yes. I would say be bold, right? Because sometimes our family loves us and people love us and they'll try to keep us close to them. And I vividly remember when I drove across country to LA and I had like $3,000 in my bank account, y'all, and no apartment because no one would pick up the phone. And I lived in an apartment for a year that was like mattresses on top of pallets. And it was like the best year of my life and set the career there, but I didn't take the safe bet. So bet on yourself because that's all you have. And the last one is get a great board of directors around you. And your board of directors are the people that you trust and believe in as you're navigating decisions, right? It's the people that aren't just in your job and in your career, but mentors, sponsors, partners that really see you not for where you are, but for where you want to be and who you can be.
You know, that was just so beautiful. I think
Yeah.
I feel like giving her a standing ovation right now. This is not scripted. That just was off the dome, but so impactful. And I know somebody's gonna walk away right now a little bit wiser.
Well, if I can ever be of service, my doors are always open. I always try to answer the LinkedIn or the Instagram. I'm not gonna lie, the Instagram messages I get through faster than LinkedIn because it's so many messages there.
Yeah.
But if I can ever be of service to one of your students, to you, like my heart, my arms, and my inbox are open, boo.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah, there will be a deluge of messages coming from me, so stand by. You may want
your
to wear
service.
some protective gear.
I'm ready.
I have tons of questions for you, like beyond the podcast. No, but
Let's
true
do it.
talk. I really am so proud. I know I don't know you very well, but just to see someone a Latina, Dominicana, so fierce,
Oh.
so bold, outside, out here being like barrier, boom, just breaking down walls, being part of a documentary shot by A&E Networks right now.
Thank you guys so much for like being part of that. Literally, she's a saint, y'all. A saint.
I mean, I'm just saying, I do want a day, like Santa Raquel Day would be nice, maybe a candle that you could buy at Walmart, you know, and I'll be on the candle like this, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love that.
You know
a
what
candle.
I mean? But like I'm living, so I don't want people to be like, oh no, you know, like it's weird.
Okay,
You know?
wait, can I ask you one question
Absolutely.
before we
You
end the
ask me 10.
podcast?
I love a good Q&A.
How do you determine success? Like, what is it? Is it your face on a candle? Is it like, for me, it's like this one bathtub that they have at the Waldorf, and when I can have that shit in my house, I know I've made it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, a candle would be great, but so would like a custom bidet.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we're talking bathroom luxury right now,
Ooh.
it would be really nice. Some sort of European style, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I really want a heated bathroom floor
Girl.
one of these days.
Okay, I didn't know that. See, that's luxury at another level, right?
Level.
Like those little towel. I just got a towel warmer, and I was like, I will never be cold again.
Right? Like, I remember one time staying at like the Mondrian in South Beach, and like I walked out of the bathroom, out of a shower,
Yeah.
and I was like, what is this warmth on the soles of my feet that are warming
yeah.
the soul of
Oh,
my
yeah.
life? It was incredible.
Oh yeah.
So I aspire to have heated bathroom floors one day.
Fancy.
But like, all jokes aside, for me, success is like when my village around me, my board of directors is proud of me.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? When I get the little, like, my little Benji, my 5-year-old, came home with arts and crafts, like un dibujo que he did at school, and it's like 3 stick figures, and I'm like, Benji, what's this stick figure holding? And he's like, Mommy, that's you holding your new trophy that I got. Oh my God, why are we tearing? Why are we tearing up? Stop, I'm not crying, you are. Yeah, so like.
He's manifesting, Mommy.
He was like, that's you holding your, because I won a Signal Award. And by the way, we were talking about Kevin Hart the other day. He won the gold. I won the bronze, but like, you know,
Come on,
shout
Queen.
out to Heartbeat.
Come
LOL.
on, Queen.
So yeah, he's like, yeah, that's you holding your new trophy. That is success for me.
I love that.
And it is on the refrigerator, and I have to laminate it because I never want it to wilt. So
I
note
love
to
that.
self, get a laminator from Walmart.
Amazon.
Yeah, I just got a paper shredder, girl. That's also a definition
Girl,
of success.
I be Amazoning things that you should not be Amazoning.
Okay, last question.
Dime.
Give me like your last weird or like maybe atypical, or I don't want to say abnormal, but like what's your last proudest Amazon purchase? Go.
Okay, I just did my outdoor space, my deck, and I got these like fake privacy like leaves, and my whole family was like, esto se va a ver horrible. It's gonna look horrible. It looks bomb, team. Okay, I
Yes.
spent a little too much on fake leaves that like now are giving us the privacy we deserve on our deck, and I got all my
that.
deck furniture on Amazon. People are like, Amazon. I did have to build it, but date someone. If you don't have a man, date someone before you make the purchase, team. Okay.
That's amazing. These like leave me alone leaves that you got.
Oh my God, leave me alone leaves. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed.
Do you? It's okay. You can have that one.
Yes.
I just give out stuff, and I just ask for maybe some credit.
I love it.
Like on the trademark
Mama, I'll
website.
trademark you.
You know
Don't
what I'm
worry.
saying?
I got you.
Yeah, the new leave me alone leave.
Leave me alone leaves. I love my leave me alone leaves. They make me happy. They bring joy.
Listen, I'm trying to think, because if I ask the question, I also have to answer it.
Claro.
It's just like not just
Yeah.
if I don't. I mean, the paper shredder is like, I'm shredding all day now.
What are you shredding?
Everything. I shred.
Like documents you need, you're like.
and now I'm obsessed with the sound of it. You know, like, you know, you get a tattoo and you kind of get obsessed with the zzz. Like, that's why I don't know.
Yeah, that hasn't happened to me. I have like a huge tattoo and I'm like, not doing that again. Yeah,
oh, girl, I'm kind of obsessed, but I've put the, you know, I think I have enough. I'm running out of real estate also. But no, now I shred everything. Like,
I love that.
Oh my gosh, the Bed Bath & Beyond coupons that I had 7,000 of, which RIP. Ooh, wait, there goes my earring. Hold on, it's such a Latina thing when you lose an earring. Hold on. Okay. The Bed Bath & Beyond coupons, y'all know, right? Like RIP Bed Bath & Beyond, I was shredding all of them. I was like, and I was kind of crying while I was doing it. I was like, I can never buy like my Tupperware again with 10% off, or like, you know, a vacuum cleaner. Like, it was just, I love Bed Bath & Beyond. I shred old credit cards. You know what I'm saying? I shred birthday cards. I recently did an inventory and I'm like, okay, I have too many boxes of stuff that I don't need.
Yeah.
Including birthday cards from years ago. So like I read them, I reminisced, and then I shred.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Please shout out your handles, like if people can follow you on social.
Yeah, it's just soy, like I am in Spanish, Kati Fernandez on Instagram, Kati Fernandez on LinkedIn. I don't know who still uses Facebook. I'm sure I still have one, y'all, but that is not a reliable source of communication.
My mom uses Facebook to watch monkey videos and share them.
Girl, we all need them for like our families that are not in the States. Facebook still has a grip on them.
Yeah.
So
if there's two things that Dominicans cannot live without,
it's
WhatsApp and Facebook. I mean, that's the source of communication.
The meta family.
That is really like, my mom calls me and prompts me. She's like, it's Donovan's birthday. The family's waiting to see a picture. I'm like, okay, voy a subir el
no, girl, the group chats on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
In a Latin family.
It's so crazy. The phone calls on WhatsApp.
Yeah, it is trippy.
Right?
I'm not going to lie, though. My abuelita is my bestie, and she's still in the DR, so I be WhatsApping all day for her. I was WhatsApping on my way over here. Mama, ore por mí. Pray for me.
I love that. Kati, thank you so much
Mi amor,
for coming on
thank
the show.
you
for
so
doing
much.
What you're doing. You are scoring major points in this industry. You see what I did there? And it's just so lovely to watch from afar. You hitting all these home runs. See what I did there too? Sports references. This is so great. I can't wait to see your growth even more. I'm just going to be watching from afar and be like,
no, you're not going to be from afar. I'm going to be like, Game ven pa' acá.
Oh my God, get me a Celebrity Row.
Come
I really want to just go there and just be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another, listen, we didn't even talk about that. That's a whole other layer of sports that I'm into. Celebrity Row. Who's there? What are they wearing? You know what I'm saying? It's just fun to watch. It's fun to be a part of the whole environment.
You're amazing.
I love live events.
We'll have to get together on a live event.
I would love to.
Take Latinos Out Loud on the road.
What now?
Okay.
Let's get loud.
Listen.
J-Lo. Let's get loud.
We might have to license a song.
Okay, remix. Thank you so much. I know you have more like documentary to shoot right now. I'm taking up so much of your time.
No, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Mi amor, ven.
Oh my goodness. Hugs. Hello, Leros. There's so much love here right now. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Latinos Out Loud. Please be sure to follow us at We Are Latinos Out Loud. Give us a call. No big whoop. The number's 978 Latinos. Just dial Latinos. And you can follow me at Rachel La Loca. And on that note, wait, one more thing. We're on YouTube. In case you don't know, you should know we're on the tube. So please like and subscribe, as the kids say, or as my Benjamin says, like and prescribe. But do what you gotta do. It's YouTube, it's you, it's me. We're on a tube together. It's so much fun. And this episode will also be on the Latinos Out Loud YouTube as well. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow. Not in real life. Don't be following us in real life. No, don't do it. Don't. Because, you know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be somebody behind me with arms, okay? It's really nice to be here at hers. Thanks for having us. On that note, we out.